Stuttering John has been on fire these past few days because we're winding down to the end of the Stuttering John podcast. He just has one more episode today.
Yep, and that's definitely it.
And that's it. We'll never see John again. He'll be completely done unless someone offers him $3,000 to come on the show after the fact, or $5,000 to go to Hackamania.
Yeah, or 300 or 30.
Or a six-pack.
Yeah.
Right. So John has been talking a lot about, even though he's leaving the Dabbleverse, he is still going to get people arrested. He's still looking at lawsuits.
Good.
He's got a couple guys that he is going to take down. And one of those, of course, is Shuli. And John has now decided that Shuli is cyberbullying him and that he needs to get law enforcement involved in this.
Oh, boy.
So John gets a super chat on his show.
Now, I'm taking a picture of this, if this is actually the shitware. Because now this is a threat of cyber harassment and bullying.
Okay. Producer Chris, I want you to read the name of the channel, YouTube channel, that posted this super chat here.
We win, you lose, good day, chump.
Okay. So Shuli's channel is called the Shuli Network. Huh. And Chuck goes, is this really Shuli? Like, obviously not. He's not even trying to pretend it's Shuli. But John, because he uses the Shuli logo, is like, I think I know who this is.
Classic Shuli.
And he's going to take a screenshot of this as evidence of cyber harassment and bullying.
Mm-hmm. When you return in a few weeks, the trolling and trashing will increase times 10. It'll be brutal. See you soon. Can't wait. Okay. I just took a picture of that. I don't know if this is you. I believe there's a way for me to find out. I just don't know how to do it.
Okay. Could you imagine, and I can imagine, he shows up to the police station with like printouts of these things. Yeah, and look at right here. He said it's going to get 10 times worse when I come back. That's harassment. That's a threat. They're just rolling their eyes at him.
How often do you think he's actually gone to the police or higher? Like, I know with us he called the FBI.
Right.
But like, how often is he actually, versus him just being like, I'm going to go to the police?
I think he actually does call the police quite a bit.
I believe that.
That is-
Yeah, I know he's filed the FBI report 3 times on Kate Meany.
Sure, of course.
They're
His
just not
girlfriend.
buying it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, his girlfriend now. So John's like, I want to see if this actually is Shuli, this channel that's obviously not Shuli, and then he figures it out.
I think I got to go here. But if it is you, then I will have proof that this is cyber harassment and threats. And I will take that to the Cape Coral police.
I just want to point out, this is the guy who threatens people nonstop. He's constantly flexing his muscles and talking about coming to your house, and he goes to people's houses for real. And he's like, this $10 super chat is proof that I'm being harassed.
He's going to walk into the police department and say, let me talk to the cyber division.
The cyber sergeant.
That's what I was going to ask. How big, roughly, Carl, is Cape Coral?
It's not a big place.
Is there police force capable of handling something?
No.
Like a national scandal like
They
this?
do not have jurisdiction over the internet. No. As soon as John says there's this guy in Alabama, they go, okay, well, I'll see ya.
Yeah,
Bye. Does he ever come to Florida? No, he does. He's just in Huntsville. All right, bye-bye. See ya.
And we'll handle it accordingly. So let me see if I can get that. So how do let's see. Let me find this. Okay, let me see. Go to channel. No, it's not the real shitware. So there we go. It is a fake shitware.
Wow.
Because he was shaking his boots for a while there.
Yeah, what a fucking
What did he
idiot.
Snopes it? Where did he find that information?
I mean, you can click into the person who commented and go to their YouTube channel, see what it links to.
Okay.
Snopes. Is
Just
we when
Google,
you lose,
is this the
good day
shitware?
chump? Is this the shitware? Yeah, AI would have a hard time with that one. Like, we're not sure what you're asking us. But not only is he going to the Cape Coral police to have Shuli arrested for cyberbullying, But also, I just want to point this out. I don't know if bullying is illegal. I assume it's not. I'm pretty sure bullying is not an illegal activity.
I think Obama made it illegal, actually.
But if it is, I'm ignorant of the law. If bullying is something that's illegal to do,
then you're under arrest.
Good point. But I would be so embarrassed to press charges.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling the cops you're bullying me. Okay?
Grand bullying.
Or maybe you say so, pussy. No, you did it again. You just did it again.
Well, you just bully him back.
Hey, go punch him in the cops. Punch him in the nose. What do you want from us?
This man just reached 600 counts of bullying.
All right, so not only is he going to the Cape Coral Police to make sure that Shuli's behind bars, but he's also dreaming up a new lawsuit against VTM.
Here, Dwarfy. Thank you, Jeff. To be honest, you're right about the DWI video. Many people still believe it's real. Fight back, John. You're right.
What's funny about this is the guy who's super chatting on this information, Jeffrey Durian, is the guy that John was claiming stole his phone.
Right.
Who was hanging out with him and Kate Meany the other night, and now they're buddies.
Yet another arch nemesis turned best friend.
Right, it happens all the time. So the thing that John's talking about here is when he was leaving the Tonight Show anniversary party, somebody videotaped his Mercedes leaving the parking lot and driving down the street, and Vince does some video editing techniques. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but he made it seem like John was going down the wrong side of the road, and people were like honking their horns at him and whatever it was. And so he was trying to say that John was driving drunk, and I think there was more to it than that. And so because of this, John claims,
a lot of people do believe it's real. That's harming my character.
Harming my character. So wait, John, this is a character? Fuck. I thought he was being real. Is this a character that he's doing? The Stuttering John character.
Does it hurt his case that I only know it exists because of John?
Well,
I didn't know it existed before John started telling me it existed.
Right. No one watches VTM's program. But also, does it hurt his case that he was definitely seen drinking beers all night and then getting into his car and driving? It's like, I can't believe he's saying that I was driving drunk. Like, oh, I can. It's kind of the only conclusion you could come to.
And even I know the law about as well as John, but if Vince said he was drunk driving, then you'd have to prove John has never drunk drove, which seems impossible.
That's my character. I drive drunk.
But no, John's going to file against Vince.
Painkiller. At some point in Bessie, I'm going to file a fucking harassment suit against you. Painkiller. You're bullying me. You're bullying someone who can't fight back. Because I don't have the funds. I don't have fucking $5 million in the bank, you fucking prick.
I only have $4
million. And this ain't
million.
a bit. This is how pissed I am at you for putting me through mental trauma. For attempting to ruin my fucking life.
Now, what's funny about this, of course, is that Vince was the guest on his show twice last week. Just last week, he's been a guest on the show. Yeah. And now John is going to sue him into oblivion for harassment and bullying. And John says, you're trying to ruin my life, which is the exact thing John tried to do to Vince that started all of this.
Right.
John personified. John is that line in basketball where he's like, 13 or 14 more times, and I'm out of here, guys.
Right? Yeah, I know.
That's it.
I know this whole thing where it's like, and this time I mean it. No, you don't. No one's taking you seriously. Nobody cares.
Oh man, but how embarrassed we'll feel in a week when John doesn't do his show. Won't that be crazy?
I don't know who came up with bullying for him, but he's gonna get Shuli arrested for bullying, and he's gonna sue Vince for bullying.
Good.
Is that how that works? I'm not sure.
I clean up the streets, John. I like it.
He goes to the FBI's website and he's looking through the checklist to mark down his concern. He's like, did I have bullying out here anywhere? What is this, terrorism?
B for bullying.
Drug smuggling, human trafficking, terrorism. There's no bullying out here. What the fuck?
What's this clear liquid he's drinking out of a glass?
Oh, God.
Is he mad at Vince because he didn't get a delivery?
He is drinking water out of a glass. And it's
He's like Gandhi.
it's so gross because the glass is clear, obviously, and so is the water, and it actually magnifies his mouth. So when he goes back, I don't have it in this clip. When he goes back, you see his entire inside of his mouth. So gross. All right, let's have some fun with the chat, shall we?
$50 right now for 6 beers in 1 hour. Nah, I don't want to ruin my day. I could easily do it, though. I could do 8 beers in 1 hour. That's simple.
No one told me there was going to be boasting.
I could do 8 beers in 1 hour. That's simple. I love the use of the word simple.
I can't see the screen. It sounded like Stuttering John, but are you guys playing a freshman in college?
No,
or is that a 60-year-old man talking?
That's a 60-year-old man. John is simple.
Yeah.
I could drink 8 beers in an hour. That's simple. Yeah.
Beer has made you simple.
Right. You lift it up, put it in your mouth, and you gulp it down. It's very simple. Correct.
Watch.
I think he means easy.
But also, like, John, as we've seen, John would be shit-faced when he slurs. He's like, yeah, I only drink 7 beers, which actually means that I drank 5, because as you know, one dissipates. But he's like slurring. He's all fucked up. So, like, congratulations, you can get him down the hatch, but it's not a great result.
Right. Yeah, you don't have good tolerance, as we've pointed out many times. In fact, last night, after John flew back to Cape Coral, he came online. I have some clips coming up, but it's over 3 hours, and there's a lot to get into because John gets wasted and Clay comes on and Clay's drinking and it is a debacle. Thank you, John. The gift that keeps on giving. When we need it most, that's when John provides. I think he also made bank last night too. I think everyone was watching and super chatting him.
He did. He set a record, I think he said.
Oh, that's awesome. So
yeah,
maybe that will encourage him to not go away because as FKA Mommy asks right here, should she cancel? I mean, there's people who are signed up for his YouTube, his Patreon.
Oh, right.
He says he's leaving.
FK Mammy, my lady, should I cancel the membership or, well, I wouldn't cancel it yet because these are going to go behind the paywall. So
she's watching right now.
Till the 1st, I guess, or the 2nd. Mm-hmm. Or maybe wait, see what happens. Maybe
God
3 or 4
John.
months I'll come back with a different kind of show. Who knows? I don't know. I just know I want out.
The show last night, he's playing a country song someone made for him, some AI thing.
Yeah.
And he's all proud of it for some reason. And he's like, should I play it again? And he pulls it up and he goes, but I might get a copyright strike. And then I can get my channel demonetized. He's like, do I want to chance it? He goes, nah, I better not. Like, John, you're leaving tomorrow. what do you care about getting demonetized?
From who? It's an AI John song.
Yeah, he has no clue what's going on in the world, obviously. But also, this whole thing is like, well, don't cancel your membership. You never know. Something might happen. He's like, I'm not buying it for some reason.
I thought he was at least going to commit to it for like a week or 2. But that tells me he's going to be back by Friday.
Yeah, I know. It's not. I said it. I might have said it on this program. I said it yesterday on Point Dabble Point. The best thing you could do is create a new character named Stammer and Stan or something and just come back with a mustache and a wig and just be like, hey, I'm Stammer and Stan and I'm taking over John's YouTube channel and fuck you, shitwayer, you know?
He couldn't commit to that for more than 30 seconds, though.
I know, but it would be great. I would appreciate it. All right. So after he watches a video of Shuli saying that, as he goes on Shuli's Anonymous, and he just starts clicking on things. So Shuli says, John better not come to my house or else I'll try out this new toy I got for Christmas, implying that he got some type of firearm. And this is John's response to that.
What happened to the big tough guy? Remember the big tough guy? Come to my house. He's going to beat my ass and all that. Now he's resorting to weaponry.
He's resorting to...
what happened?
He's resorting to weaponry.
That's right.
Does he have a military background? How does he know these words so well? Very impressive.
Oh, big tough guy is just going to shoot me in the face now.
All right. This next one is an oopsie clip because John's just clicking things on Shuli's Anonymous, and sometimes there are things that he does not want on his show.
Oh, boy.
Wait, what's your name?
That's when he's...
Your name is...
Oh, man.
He's watching where on Uncle Rico, the hidden recording of John hitting on those 2 girls.
Oh my God. Now you see why he never gets laid. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, look who's talking, Silent Mike. I don't know. That's from Sal's place. Oh, Silent Mike, you're so pathetic. It's fucking scary.
Whoops. Take that down. Yeah, you're the one who stinks at getting girls, jerk. All right. No one's going to ask any questions about that. Moving on. Now, the big news that's happening is Hitman Dan is MIA.
Oh, yes.
This is very scary, what's going on. In fact, at a certain point during the show, Johnny gets a phone call, and he mutes himself and then darkens the screen, and then comes back on the show. We find out why.
We have a little emergency going on here. I don't know what's going on. I'll tell you, we can't find Hitman Dan. Nobody. I'm starting to get worried. This is getting a little scary. That was one of my friends who's also fucking worried. I mean, we're all worried now. Not Jimmy's too. Oh, God, I hope nothing's happened. White people will if you haven't noticed, JM. No, I don't notice that stuff.
John's very concerned about his good buddy from back when they were 10 years old. They've maintained this friendship. It's very important to John, this Hitman Dan guy.
So worried he won't even read racist comments in full.
Right. This is not the time or the place. I can't have that right now. I'm grieving Hitman Dan. We don't know what happened. But let's see how concerned he really is.
But I am worried about him. And you should be too. He's a good man.
I should be.
And I'm really getting nervous. We were just talking about going to his house. The only problem is, I can't break in. And I don't want to call the cops. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
They're handling too many of my other matters.
If on nuts didn't see your mate's call, I'm getting fucking really worried. Sonny Melendez, mom neck injured after my visit, not from fall, yeah. Fucking hell. Oh, where is my friend Hitman Dan? Oh, where can he be? I'm really getting nervous.
Even when he's concerned, he can't stop entertaining us.
I know. When I get nervous, I sing.
He's really... I like to think that someday the nation will be singing that song as we hold a vigil for Hitman Dan.
He's really concerned about his friend Hitman Dan. Not enough to go to his house. Because what am I going to do? Ring the doorbell? Yeah. Knock.
Well, this came up. Was this from like yesterday or something?
The day before, yeah. Because yesterday this came travel. Yeah.
Before Christmas, he was like, I haven't seen Hitman Dan. We're all worried about him.
Yep.
And then someone said, why don't you call his wife? Because we've all met his wife during the
Dawn of
Atlantic
the
City.
Yeah.
And John goes, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. Maybe I'll do that. But you didn't think of that?
Yeah, how concerned could he possibly be? Well, now he comes up with a solution to figure out what's going on with Dan.
Maybe I can call Jerry. He was a cop. I'm going to call Jiggs, tell him to call Jerry, have somebody, because this is getting a little fucking scary. So let me just...
I want as many middlemen as possible on this.
Yeah, you and you.
Let me call Jiggs to call Jerry to check on Hitman Dan. Because he was a cop. First off, that doesn't change anything.
No.
Being a cop doesn't mean you get to ring the doorbell harder. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. But also,
he's not on the lam.
right. Also, John's laziness knows no bounds. The idea that even when he was having his get together at Sales Place, his other friend was in charge of letting Hitman Dan know when and where they were getting together.
Correct.
He couldn't shoot a text. What is going on with Hitman Dan? What is happening here?
Well, you may remember that John was in charge of Facebook.
Right, that's right.
So John posted on Facebook, yeah.
I'm wondering, hear me out, is it possible that Dan finally discovered the Dabbleverse and went, this guy's a piece of shit. I don't want to be this guy's friend anymore.
I speculate no, based on my little knowledge of Hitman Dan.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of, he seems like kind of also a piece of shit. But
yeah, no, he's ride or die. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next day after this, he's in an airport. He does a show from the airport for a while. Not a lot of video, just kind of talking to his phone. For some reason, he has a 3-hour layover traveling from New York City to Fort Myers.
Sure.
Now, I travel to Fort Myers quite a bit, a lot of times through New York City, because I can't go direct from Rochester, but New York has direct flights to everywhere. And if you want to go to a city, New York's a great place to start from because there's a direct flight to it.
I'd like to check you there. They have flights most places, not Florida, though. I've heard the New York to Florida line is very obscure.
I talked about this on Point Dabblepoint. Cardiff looked it up. He's like, yeah, there's 3 more flights today. And that was in the afternoon. It's like they're flying there all the fucking time. And John, because he's probably has to find the cheapest possible flight, gets some flight that routes him through Raleigh or something, and has a 3-hour layover to get to Fort Myers.
Who doesn't have 9 hours to kill?
That's what I mean. It's ridiculous. You're going to spend a lot more money in the airport sitting around than you would just get the better flight. Anyway, so then after that, he gets home, and he starts his second show. Oh, and he's wearing his Tonight Show shirt in the airport because he wants to get recognized so badly. It's so embarrassing how badly he wants to get recognized and have people talk to him. He's a lonely guy, and we're going to find that out in just a moment. But first is how he starts off his show when he gets back home.
Duke is back, part 2. On my second show today, I did one earlier, and now I'm back from the airport. It's been, that flight lasted a long time. It seemed like a fucking hour and a day. I know I'm a little disheveled, but fuck it. I was going to shower. I said, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the laziness I'm talking about. When I get home from traveling, I want to shower. It's gross being in airports and airplanes.
John, don't listen to him. Don't doll yourself up for us.
Be on top of people for all that time. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get home and get in the shower. And John is so lazy. He's like, I am fucking gross. I'm sweaty, but I don't feel like showering.
Let's see those super chats.
It's crazy.
I do have to go back to something, though. If John wanted people to recognize him, wouldn't he wear a Howard Stern Show shirt?
Yes, but
Who the fuck would be? Is that John Melendez from The Tonight Show?
Here's the problem. Howard Stern famously never let anyone make a Howard Stern shirt.
Damn.
Right. Because otherwise, that's all he would wear.
Oh,
He'd be wearing that because he wears a Stuttering John podcast shirt. He wears anything else that will get people to recognize him.
Right.
But, okay, so this is what I'm talking about when I talk about John's loneliness. Because he's bragging about Kate Meany. He's rubbing it in Chad Zumach's face. And then a delivery guy shows up. And I've enhanced the audio for us to enjoy and dissect.
And I get the ladies way more than you. That's a fact. Jack, oh, baby fatso. What happened when you met the beautiful, talented young woman known as Kate Meany? Oh, did she go with Louis J. Gomez instead of you? Yeah.
Again, I've warned John about this before. I would stop giving away details of Louis J. Gomez's love life that he doesn't want out there.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, John's threatened some people before. I feel like the rattlesnake's not someone he wants to deal with.
And he's lucky because Big J wants to talk about this shit.
Right.
So John's lucky that Lou is just like, I don't give a shit about the Dabbleverse. I don't want to talk about that. But if John drags him into it, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Louis J. Gomez, great guy. A guy I would not want disliking me or coming after me.
Not.
That would be very bad.
Not the Duke. We were. Ooh, my beer.
Okay, so he gets out.
Might be the most genuine moment he's ever had on air.
His face lit up just now as he heard his doorbell.
¿Cómo está mi amigo? Hey, how you doing, pal? Okay, it's in my wallet.
No problem, thank you.
¿Cómo está? Look at his body.
He has to come back into the room he was just in to get his wallet. All right, check out this back and forth. Tell me to pause it anytime.
You moving?
No, are you from Cuba?
No.
Oh,
From Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Classic mix-up.
Yeah. He starts speaking Spanish to him immediately. And he goes, where are you from? Cuba? No, Ireland.
The amount of Cubans I deal with at O'Flaherty's in Boston.
Yeah.
What's up? I got a lot of Irish friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you been?
3 times.
Nice. Dublin?
Dublin.
Belfast.
Belfast.
What was the second one you said?
So this is hilarious. John's making small talk with this guy because he just needs a friend.
Yeah.
But He goes, "Are you from Cuba?" He goes, "Well, I'm Irish." He goes, "Oh, have you been to?" I figured he was like from Ireland. He goes, like, "Yeah, I've been there a few times." It's just an American.
Yeah.
He's just an American delivering his beer to him.
Just a white Irish American that John's like, you must be from Cuba.
If his mom tries to ask him something, Mom, I'm doing a show.
Right.
But he's belaboring this delivery.
Oh, we're only a minute 19 into a 4-minute clip.
And I've said before that John's superpowers is incapable of being embarrassed.
Yep.
But he is incapable of anticipating anything that he needs. You know that you need your fucking ID.
Yep.
I get booze delivered. I've got it on me.
Yep.
And it's a 1-minute transaction if that.
Well, there was that one time when he lost his wallet, and so he told the delivery person they had to bring it back to the store. Yes. It's incredible. It's like it's somewhere in your house.
I know John's like putting on an act for us. He's doing his best to entertain all of us during
Right.
this exchange. But this guy must be thinking, like, what a fucking degenerate. Like, what a loudmouth drunk this guy is.
Oh, yeah.
And he stinks, too.
You're going to hear John crack a beer while the guy's still standing there. Of course. He can't wait to get into this thing.
Cork?
Talk?
Cork.
Court, yeah. Have you touched Blondie Stone?
Kissed it twice.
Kissed it twice. I love it. Love
I gotta put it in manually.
it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Check that Red Bull, will you, while we're waiting?
What's the last name?
Melendez.
Alright.
Half Puerto Rican, half Danish. Have been to Denmark?
Amsterdam.
Yeah, you go. Well, that's Holland. That's another one.
I wonder.
See the Viking? My mom's Danish. This is Danish flag.
beer?
He's literally showing off his tattoo right now and explaining, see, this is the Viking.
Yeah.
And then here's the Danish flag.
My father's from America. There's the American flag. There's the Viking. There's my kid's birthday. It's 1571.
What's your birthday?
It's called 10465.
He goes, "Those are my kid's birthday." It's great. What's your birthday? Because I need to get this delivery done.
I really thought he was going to invite this guy in, and then in like 6 weeks we'd be like, all right, who's more annoying, Rob, Saul, or Irish Tim?
10-6?
10-4, good buddy.
10-4.
65. Oh yeah, hat says Irish. Are you a Notre Dame fan?
John had so many clues.
Yeah.
His hat's at Irish. He's white. He's not Cuban, I guess.
And then he goes, "Are you a Notre Dame fan?" Because apparently if you're Irish,
You have to be, right?
you have to be a Notre Dame fan.
Who's your football team?
I'm from Boston originally, so
Boston.
you gotta go with BC. Boston College.
Oh, how about the Patriots?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, my Giants took you down twice in the Super Bowl.
Oh, I haven't heard about it.
This fucking asshole. This is him at a sports bar, too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, who's your team? Oh, the Patriots. My Giants.
Oh, you're referring to 13 and 17 years ago, respectively?
Right, yes.
Bruins.
I did the Heinz Stadium. I watched Boston College play. I was doing stand-up over at
Holy
the
shit.
Saloon or the Improv in Pittsburgh.
Both are incorrect.
No, Boston was a comedy connection.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Do you know the expiration of the license?
I love this guy's just trying to keep it business.
Right.
I did stand-up. He wants so bad for this guy to be like, "Oh, you do stand-up?"
My God.
He wants so bad to be like, "Yeah, I used to be on the Howard Stern show."
This poor guy.
This
this
guy
guy's
probably
just-
has more deliveries to make.
You're right, yes.
So, Tim, how was your day? More lonely assholes.
Yeah. This is a guy who craves another human being to be in the room with him.
Any sort of connection.
Any connection with anyone.
Oh,
20.
it's probably my birthday, 2025. 10-4-65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if it takes it.
Yeah, I think so.
It took it. There you go, pal.
All right, brother.
Have a great time.
We're having a great night.
You sure you can't stay?
Let's go Yankees. Let's go
Have a
Giants.
great time is very funny when you're looking at a man alone drinking.
What's your name, by the way?
What's your name? Jimmy.
Jimmy John.
John, nice to meet you.
I'll see you. There's a sausage, Jimmy John's. I'll see you.
He goes, my name's John. He goes, yeah, I know. I just looked at your fucking license, remember? I had to type it into my little thing here.
As in stuttering?
Yes.
Yeah, sausage. Hey, yo! Fucking hell.
What a maroon.
Yes. Now, the other thing I want to point out, so he just got this beer, and he comes back in the room with his case of beer, but he's also drinking a Red Bull. Like, why would anyone need a Red Bull at this time at night? It's like 8 o'clock at night.
Keep him jacked up.
He's getting jacked up for his show.
Yeah.
He's going to put out a big one for us because, well, not until he figures out how to get these beers to be a little colder. All right, this is a visual thing, but you see how he's struggling just to even lift a beer out of the case right here?
Yeah.
This is the guy who's going to beat everyone up. Just want to remind everyone.
This beer's a lukewarm. Luke, I am your father. Hold on, let me put these fucking things in the freezer. Hey! Where you going with that? What the fuck?
Always entertaining. So he pulls the beer out and he says they're warm, but he leaves 2 in front of him anyway, 2 of the warm beers, and then he brings the rest into the kitchen. Who would deliver warm beer? Has anyone ever needed beer so badly that they need it delivered? But it's okay if it's not cold yet. That's fine. Doesn't even make sense.
That is funny. They left 2 behind. I take it back. He did anticipate his needs that one time.
Yes, he did. He knew exactly what he was going to need. All right, so now, have you seen any of this, Mike?
Yes, I have.
Okay, yeah, it sounded like you're familiar with this. He starts reading this note that was forwarded to him. And it was a note that was forwarded by Chad Zumock. And there's some TM Zumock going on. John's getting some hot goss about Kevin Brennan.
Yes. Yeah.
Because MLC is sniping him at this time. And John says, here's my opportunity to really stick it to Kevin Brennan.
This is from a source, and this is from Chad Zumock. Hey, Chad, this is what you forwarded to Pinky. You watching, Chad Lee? You fucking watching? Skull. Hey, Pinky, this is what your buddy Chad sent over to Pat Dixon. I just want you to know. Just in case. I know he's sitting there, his fat fucking ass, which I hear is about to get kicked. And he's sitting there with you. But this is what it says, Pinky. Let's see. Are you ready, Pinky? I hope you are. Because this is really, really embarrassing for you. Very fucking embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed to have this kind of shit coming my way.
Like 3 or 4 days ago, he was reading this note and skipped all the information he's about to read. He's like, I don't want to get into family stuff.
Protect the innocent.
Right. And then a couple of days later, he's like, no, fuck this.
I have heard from multiple sources that the reason Kevin Brennan isn't doing spots at the Comedy Cellar. Now, of course, we cannot, this is alleged everything.
Oh, so Kevin can't sue you for cyberbullying because you said it's alleged. Okay, good.
Yes,
Smart.
he's touching home base.
Right. My fingers are crossed.
Isn't doing spots at the Comedy Cellar because he got suspended last year for things he said on the podcast, and now Etsy, who I know very well, won't give him spots because he's
Her name is Esty.
Right. Who I know very well.
Etsy, who I know very well and have ordered from many times.
Anti-Semitic, true.
Let me back that up just a little bit.
Who I know very well, won't give him spots because he's anti-Semitic, true. So, also another thing I know about, and I can't tell you how, is that the reason Kevin and his wife were separated around this time. He first started his podcast was because he caught her having an affair. Whoa! Is this true? I don't know, John. Well, it was email. Chad sent it. Guest coordinator for the More Stories podcast with Jay Moore. I wonder. Wow. Did Chad send this?
Why did he keep saying that? Was he saying that Chad is the coordinator of the More Stories podcast? Or Chad got it from that person?
Yeah, so this is like an email thread that's been bounced around a few different people. And I guess it went to More Stories, but John's
Why
trying
would they care about this?
Well, maybe there's a Kevin Brennan interest in that world.
Okay.
But John's trying to implicate Chad for spreading this rumor or pushing this information out there to try to get Kevin and Chad fighting, which probably isn't hard to do. And I feel like this information about Kevin's wife having an affair, this has been going around forever, right?
I feel like I've heard John say it before.
Yeah, well, okay, good. I'm like, John's acting like he's breaking this news that no one's ever heard before. I think that this has been something that everyone has talked about in the past.
And I like the part where he's like, oh, John or Kevin's wife had an affair, whatever. The part where he's like, comedy clubs have canceled Kevin because he's difficult to work with.
Right, yes.
Whoa, what a bombshell, John.
Yes.
None of us knew that.
And also, Kevin doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't want to do stand-up anymore. Wow. Amazing.
Or did he forward it? I'm not sure.
You should be able to see what. Anyway. So this is some more breaking news that John is breaking on his show to get back at mean old Kevin Brennan. Now he switched to warm beer.
That his wife was with another guy and moved out. Whoa! He only moved back in because he wasn't making any money and was spending all of his savings. I don't know if Florentine knows about this, but I know for a fact Lenny does. I don't know who Lenny is.
Lenny Marcus, I believe.
Right, yeah.
You can do whatever you want with this information. I just figured you should just know. As for Kevin's current finances, I do know that during the pandemic, his mom was paying his rent. Whoa! His mom was paying his rent.
All right, big if true. I'll give you the Patrick Melton line. That would be very interesting if that is the case.
Sure. Isn't this the fucking freak that was saying my mom bought me a house? What the fuck?
We all say that, John. It's because your mom's name is on the deed. That's why we all say that your mom bought the house. It's in her name.
The Lenny Marcus thing would imply to me that this email is very old.
Yes.
Kevin hasn't worked with Lenny Marcus in 7 years.
Has it been that
Something like
long?
that?
It's probably
6, maybe.
Yeah, probably hasn't been that long. But yeah, it is definitely. This is old news for sure.
Yeah,
and this is going back to probably 3 times ago when Chad and Kevin were fighting. That
Right.
Chad is spreading this information around. So yeah, John's breaking this. What he thinks is this breaking news that kind of everyone's talked about already. I didn't know about the mom paying rent thing. I don't know where that came from. Maybe John's adding that because he's embarrassed that that's what's going on. I don't know.
Who are these podcasts?